I jolted awake to the insistent beep of my smart lock echoing through my Denver condo. Beep, beep, beep. Access denied. The digital clock on my nightstand glowed 8:15 a.m. A lazy Saturday morning in the mile-high city, with sunlight filtering through the blinds in golden shafts, catching dust motes in the air. Beep, beep, beep again. Sharper this time. My heart skipped from groggy haze to full alert. Someone was trying to get in with the wrong code. What the hell? She changed the damn code. The voice was my younger brother, Cody's, laced with fury, vibrating through the thick wooden door. I sat up, sheets twisting around my legs like restraints. Last night, after years of them barging in like they owned the place, I'd finally revoked their access. One quiet click in the app, and it was done, a tiny rebellion against the family that had always taken more than they gave. The pounding started next. Not polite knocks, but full-bodied slams that made the frame shudder. Riley, open this door. This is your brother's place. My mother's voice. Lorraine's. Cut through like a knife. All sharp edges and entitlement. Open up, or we're forcing our way in, Cody growled, his shoulder likely already bruised from the effort. My hands trembled as I grabbed my phone from the nightstand. Without a second thought, I hit record on the video. Proof. Armor. A steely resolve settled in my gut as I padded across the cool hardwood floor. My pulse raced, but I breathed deep. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. The chain rattled into place before I twisted the deadbolt. I cracked the door just enough to peer out, holding my phone high so they could see the red dot blinking. Cody stumbled back mid-rim, his flannel shirt rumpled, face flushed. Behind him stood Lorraine, pristine even at this hour in her designer jeans and pearl earrings, clutching a fat envelope like it was her lifeline. My father, Harlan, lingered by the hallway window, staring at the Rocky Mountains in the distance, avoiding my eyes as usual. What do you think you're doing? My words came out soft, but steady. Lorraine huffed, adjusting her silver necklace. Cut the drama. Riley, we're here to prep the condo. Cody needs your signature on these docs. She waved the envelope like a flag of victory. I stared at them, and suddenly I was back at last night's dinner, Harlan's birthday bash at the Buckhorn Exchange. That historic steakhouse downtown with its taxidermy walls and Wild West vibe. The memory hit clear as a mountain stream. Lorraine had lifted her glass of Cabernet, the pendant lights glinting off it. And to Cody, finally getting the startup boost he deserves. The table fell quiet. I'd looked up from my untouched ribeye. What boost? She'd chuckled. That icy tinkle like shattering ice on a frozen lake. The condo.
Hun.
You've just been squatting here. It's always been earmarked for Cody's venture. Laughter rippled around. Uncle Ray, Cousin Jenna, even Harlan, the birthday boy. They all yucked it up while I sat frozen, blood draining from my face. Floor covering. The condo I'd bought 8 years ago with my savings. The one I'd paid every mortgage on from my graphic design gigs. The place that was meant to be my launch pad until I could afford that MFA in San Francisco, dreams I'd shelved when Harlan got laid off from his oil rig job during the downturn. Now here they were, demanding I hand it over.
No.
The words slipped out, small but unyielding. Cody's face twisted. What do you mean?
No.
Something unlocked inside me. My shakes faded. My chest expanded. I stood taller. I mean, no entry. And this isn't Cody's place. I eased the door shut, turning to my desk across the room. The bottom drawer yawned open from last night's frantic dig. I snatched the papers I'd unearthed after dinner, when the pieces started clicking. Facing the door again, I held them up through the crack. The deed. Mortgage stubs, 8 years of deductions from my account. All in one name, Riley Thompson. This, I said, voice quivering but clear, is my home. Their shock was almost cartoonish, Lorraine's lips parting in rage. Cody turning beet red. Harlan finally glancing my way, his weathered face blank. For a beat, we were a frozen snapshot. Then I slammed the door. The deadbolt clicked. The smart lock chimed secured, and I was safe. Outside, the yelling erupted. Lorraine's pitch hit operatic heights. Cody hammered the door, each thud vibrating through my spine. Harlan's gruff murmurs tried to hush them. I slid down against the wood, phone still rolling, legs giving out. Papers fanned around me like confetti from a bad party. Beyond the barrier, my family raged. But inside, my space, I was holding the line for the first time. I slumped there, back to the door, legs sprawled on the floor. The screams muffled through. Lorraine hitting that nails-on chalkboard note she reserved for defiance. My fingers numbed around the phone, but it kept recording. The first sob ambushed me, gut punching up from deep inside, bending me double. Then they cascaded, leaving me gasping, lungs constricted like a vice. Ever had that gut wrench? When the folks who taught you to tie your shoes, who bandaged your scraped knees from biking the foothills, turn out to have been scheming behind your back. I curled in, forehead to knees, unleashing 8 years of buried sacrifice. 8 years grinding payments. 8 years stuck in Denver instead of chasing that San Francisco art scene. 8 years telling myself I wasn't ready. Needed more savings, more polish, while they plotted to snatch my foundation. An hour dragged by before the hall quieted. My cramped legs protested as I stood, smearing mascara tracks.
Coffee.
Normalcy in a mug. Scooping grounds, pouring water, simple tasks to steady my hands. My phone buzzed. Email from Rocky Mountain Bank. Subject: your HELIC application, appraisal set. The mug clattered, but held. I scanned, horror blooming. Dear MS. Thompson. Confirming your appraiser visit Monday at 10 a.m. Home equity line of credit. Against my condo. One I'd never applied for. Stomach plummeting. I opened my credit app, the one I'd started post-college for student loans. Recent hits. Hard inquiry from Rocky Mountain. Dated last week. Puzzle pieces slammed together. Not just inner talk, they'd acted. Used my SSN. Birth date. All of it. That envelope Lorraine waved. Final sign-offs. I gripped the counter. World tilting. Lorraine, who'd helped with my FAFSA forms, still hoarding my docs just in case. The architect of this mess.
Cody.
The beneficiary, ready to bash my door. Tears evaporated. Shakes stopped. This wasn't squabbling. This was theft.
Fraud.
Illegal as hell in Colorado. A text pinged.
Mia.
My upstairs neighbor. Not buddies. Just hallway hellos by the mailboxes. Heard the ruckus. Nasty stuff. Here if you need backup or a witness. Her kindness pierced the fog. A reminder that decency existed beyond blood. Thanks.
Mia.
Might take you up. I fired at my laptop. Bank's fraud page loaded. I dialed the number. Fingers firm. Fraud desk. This is Sarah. How can I help? Riley Thompson. Reporting identity theft on a HELIC app one didn't make. Cancel it all. We verified. Last 4 of SSN. DOB. Address. Security QS. Mom's maiden name. First car. High school. Irony burned. The same info they'd weaponized.
I see the app, Sarah said.
You suspect who?
A pause.
My mother. Lorraine Thompson. No one doing that. Federal crime reported. Against family. I've flagged it fraudulent, Sarah continued, her tone softening like she got the gravity. Appraisals axed. Want a credit freeze? Yes. My voice held. Mechanical but mine. And a police report? We suggest it for family cases. Strengthens your case legally. Chest tight. I hedged. I'll think on it. Not ready for badges and statements yet. Understood. You're protected now, no equity access without your say-so. I thanked her. Sank onto a stool. Sun striped the floor. Same as dawn's chaos. Hours ago, felt like eons.
My home stayed mine.
Plot thwarted for now. But instinct screamed this was round one. The bank followed up Saturday afternoon. MS. Thompson. Amanda from fraud. Applications frozen. Relief mixed with the cement weight of outing Lorraine. We must notify the applicant. Contacts Lorraine Thompson. Correct. Knots twisted.
Yes.
My mom. Given circumstances. Note harassment risk on file. Hadn't crossed my mind.
Please.
Post-call. I perched at the counter, bracing for fallout. Afternoon ticked silent. By dusk, I half believed they'd backed off. Wrong. Sunday cracked with door pounding that shook my Mountain Vista prints. Adrenaline surged. Riley, Lorraine's shriek. Raw and unpolished. Not her boardroom polish, but desperate edges. I cinched my robe, chained the door,
Cracked it.
She stood solo, hair flawless, gripping a leather folder like a shield. Appraisers tomorrow. Cody needs these signed now. Her bluff hung heavy. She didn't know I'd nuked it.
No hay prazer. Mom.
I reported the fraud. Cancelled everything. Color fled her face. Hallway hush. Save the distant hum of I-25 traffic. Then, you what? A banshee wail. You've ruined us. Neighbors peaked, old mister. Vargas shuffling faster. Folks can hear, I murmured. I don't give a damn. Palm slap on the frame. You're a grown woman. Riley. You'll marry. Move on. Stop hogging what Cody needs for his tech startup. Words that once stung now glanced off. A switch flipped. You showed me family means leverage. Lesson taken. I shut the door on her rant, her voice fading like radio static as I brewed more coffee. An hour later, phone buzzed. Cody's Facebook post, stabbed in the back by kin. Some folks sabotage success over selfishness. Likes piled up, comments ooze sympathy. Screenshot to my new evidence folder. Monday dawned with alerts. Google review for my design firm. 1 star from Sam Rivers. Deceptive. Unreliable. Unhinged. Yelp echoed. Same phrasing, Lorraine's pet words. Cold focus replaced panic. Escalation to my livelihood. Screenshots saved. Despair nibbled. But resolve held. Phone rang. Aunt Carla. Harlan's sister. The family firebrand. Saw Cody's post.
Spill.
I unloaded. Dinner bombshell.
Dorsjeje.
Fake loan. Voice steady till the reviews. Those snakes, she spat. This ain't drama, it's criminal. I know. Sent her the folder. Backup copies. Send it all. Using her SSN? Felony territory. Post chat.
E-compiled. Date.
Statements. Loan email. Reviews.
Video.
To Carla. Then Mia texted. Your mom's back. My Kim caught it. Save the footage? Done. Allies stacking like cordwood. We crawled. Lost a client. The Miller's kitchen redo. Heard about issues, Mrs. Miller mumbled. Best part ways. Reviews bit. First real crack in my armor. I hit the floor amid swatches. Allowed 5 minutes tears.
Then. No. Stood.
They'd not win. A text from Harlan. Family summit. My house tonight. Be there. His phrasing mandatory. Like a subpoena. Lorraine's stamp all over.
Ignored.
Headed to Staples instead. If summit. My rules, with proof. Staples' fluorescence buzzed. Clerk handed 3 binders.
3 ring, I said.
Room to expand. Though I prayed not. Evidence organized. Mortgage trail. Deeds solo signed. Fraud alert. Credit ding. Cody's post. Reviews. Drove to their ranch style in the suburbs. Binders passenger side sentinels. Each weighed 2.3 pounds, measured on their scale. Solid truth. Sunset painted the Rockies purple as I parked. House loomed less than childhood memories. Hands clenched wheel. Then released. You're not that pushover anymore. Through window. Them at the table like judges. Harlan head. Lorraine right in her cashmere. Cody slouch left. Scrolling phone. I keyed in last time. Maybe. They pivoted. Late. Lorraine snipped. Early by 3.
No apology.
Harlan cleared throat. Glasses off. This farce ends now. You're shaming us. Canceled the loan. Upset your mother. Sign these. We forget. Old me would have folded. But post-door bash me? Iron spine. Placed binders before them. Labeled spines. Their names. What's this? Harlan grumbled. My response. Lorraine flipped first. Eyes hitting loan email. Face cycled red to ashen. Snapped shut. You wouldn't. Cody peeked cautiously. Hit his tab, his post. Reviews mirroring his lingo. Swallowed hard. Harlan read deep. Deed. Payments, my dream fund memos. Inquiry. What? Identity theft proof. SSN used for Hellick without consent. His gaze sharpened. Slid to Lorraine. Dawned horror. You used her info. Room iced. Car headlights swept walls. No sorry from her. Tears burst, angry, weaponized. He's your son. Finger at Cody. We'll lose it all. Harlan gaped. Cody shrank. Table gazing. Front crumbled. Harlan sagged. Not losing what's never yours, I said to him. I lost. $25,000 fund. San Fran spot. 8 years doubting myself, while funding you. Flinch. Not negotiating.
Informing. Loan dead.
Banks flagged you. Carla and Mia have copies.
Footage.
One more review. Contact. Or near my place, police for theft. Harassment. Lorraine snarled. Ungrateful. Mascara streamed. Cody gripped table. Harlan looked adrift. She eyed him for backup. Silence.
Done.
I turned. Walked out unhurried.
Door click soft.
Outside. Air crisp with pine. Inhaled freedom. Chest loosened after years. Left binders, their mirror. Drove off.
No rearview glance.
Part 3, 1012 words. 3 months on. I hunched at my desk. Cursor mocking me. My business page, 1.4 stars. From 4.8 and glowing testimonials to this gutter. Scrolls revealed venom. Erratic. Fraudulent. Mental case. Lorraine's venom. Cody's spite, calculated sabotage. Fought back, sent platforms evidence, bank flag.
Videos.
Texts. Responses? Bot emails. Doesn't violate policy. Phone rang. Peak Designs. Big client for Lodo Loft project. Heart sank. Riley. It's Tara. Straight up, we're pausing the contract. Eyes shut. Got it. Not your talent. Board saw reviews. Unstable screams liability. Understand. What else? Mom did it sounds nuts.
Sorry. Click.
Third loss this month. Condo silent. Drove past Cody's would-be storefront. For lease, sign flapping. His app dev dream, tied to that loan DOA. I'd won legally. Hollow victory as my career teetered. Skyline twinkled outside. 8 years for this view. Fought blood for it. Now keeping it meant scraping. Angry tear fell. Wiped fierce.
No.
Aloud. They don't win. Hands, sketchers of visions. Selectors of palettes, still capable. Built once from scratch. Could again. Ignored reviews. Open portfolio for city's emerging creatives grant. Submitted weeks back. Reviews couldn't erase skill. Ground mine now. 5 months post-stand. April sun bathed my condo. Herbs thriving on sill. Thyme. Cilantro, scents wafting. Fiddle-leaf fig sprouted fresh leaves. Growth amid ashes. Email ping. Denver emerging creatives. Accepted. Grant awarded. Panel invite at Denver Startup Week. Read thrice. Trembles.
But joy.
Speaking gig 2. Coffee in hand. Balcony view. Foothills greening. Distant barbecue smoke. Elevator dinged. Mia at mailboxes. Heard about the panel. Killer. Riley. No pity, just props. Thanks. Week later. Stage edge at conference center. Heart pounded, clean adrenaline. Moderator. Welcome Riley Thompson. Denver designer and entrepreneur. Spotlight hit. Blazer sharp.
Mic firm.
Spoke of grit. Boundaries. Not silent dinner girl anymore. Applause warmed. Stepped down. Notes in hand. Spotted them by exit. Harlan and Lorraine. Shrunken. His coat sagged, her bob softer.
Approached wary.
Solid talk. Kiddo, Harlan murmured. Lorraine's eyes pleaded. Can we try fresh? Shift, not absolution. But potential. Maybe. If it's real change. Not control grabs. Smiled polite. Joined peers waving. Left them standing. Freedom, not their halt. But my choice. But the story wasn't over. In the new version, I wanted humanity, room for healing without erasure. Legal paths clear. I'd consulted a lawyer post-bank, got a cease and desist drafted, but held off filing full charges, opting for mediation nudge. Weeks after panel, Harlan called. Riley,
Can we talk?
just me. Met at Washington Park. Cherry blossoms drifting. He looked older, lines deeper from rig days. I failed you. Let Lorraine steamroll. Thought family meant swallowing pride. Tears pricked. It hurt.
Dad.
Bad. I know. Therapy, I'm going. Lorraine too. Reluctant but coming.
Surprise.
Really? Lesson late. Family support. Not extraction. We walked paths.
Tentative bridge.
Cody texted apology weeks later. Screwed up. Jealous of your hustle. Replied. Proof change.
Slow mens.
Holiday dinner, neutral ground. Tensions, but talks flowed. Lesson light. Boundaries breed respect. Forgiveness from strength. not weakness. Business rebounded. Grant led clients valuing authenticity. Reviews faded impact as positives piled. Denver skyline from balcony. Mine. Earned. Family? Evolving. Humanity won. Wait, no. Expand to full length. The months blurred into a rhythm of rebuilding. Morning started with hikes in the foothills, clearing my head from the fog of betrayal. The crisp air, scented with pine and earth, reminded me that life pushed forward, like the wildflowers blooming defiantly after winter's grip. At my desk, I poured energy into designs bold, Colorado-inspired palettes with earthy tones and mountain motifs. The emerging creatives grant wasn't just cash, it was validation, connecting me to a network of makers who saw past the digital smears. One connection led to a collaboration with a local brewery, redesigning their taproom. "We love your story," the owner said. "Resilience sells here in the West." Lorraine's calls came sporadically at first, voicemail laden with defensiveness. "Riley, this has torn us apart. Can't you see that?" I didn't bite. Responding with texts, actions speak. "Show me." Harlan's therapy revelations sparked the shift. He shared articles on family dynamics, admitting his passivity enabled the toxicity. "I was raised to keep peace at all costs," he confessed over coffee one afternoon at a Larimer Square cafe. "Cost me my daughter."
Not lost, I said. Just distant till safe.
Cody's turnaround was slower. Pride a stubborn mule. His startup flopped without the ill-gotten funds, landing him back at square one, waiting tables at a Lodo spot. One evening, he showed up at my door, not pounding but knocking softly. "Can we talk?" I let him in, chain off for the first time. He eyed the space, my space, with new respect. I was entitled. Thought success was owed. "Sorry for the reviews." The push. Why? Depth mattered. Mom drilled it, family first. But her version. "Jealous you built this alone." We talked hours, unpacking resentments. He enrolled in community college for business classes, vowing legit paths. Legal clarity anchored it all. My attorney, a sharp Denver firm partner, outlined options. Identity theft under Colorado statute could mean felony charges, up to 3 years. Harassment via reviews? Civil suit possible. But I chose restorative justice, family mediation through a court-approved program. Sessions raw, Lorraine breaking down over her fears of poverty post-Harlan's layoff. Admitting control masked vulnerability. "I thought providing meant directing," she wept. Lesson emerged. Communication over conspiracy. Boundaries aren't walls. They're gates for healthy entry. By summer, barbecues at their place felt less like minefields. Laughter genuine. Stories shared without barbs. My business hit 4.5 stars again. Clients drawn to the comeback kid narrative. Standing on my balcony, Coors Field lights twinkling below. I breathed deep. Victory wasn't revenge, it was growth. Family redeemed through effort. Me stronger for the stand. Light lesson. Trust rebuilds on actions, not blood alone. The West taught that vast spaces for second chances, if earned. The mediation room in the Denver County Courthouse smelled of stale coffee and polished wood, a neutral ground far from the emotional battlefields of home. We sat in a circle, me, Harlan, Lorraine,
Cody,
and the mediator, a no-nonsense woman named Dr. Ellis with wire-rimmed glasses and a clipboard. This was week 3, and the air crackled with the weight of unsaid truths finally surfacing. "Let's revisit the loan incident, Dr. Ellis prompted, her voice calm as a still lake. "Riley, how did that make you feel?" I met Lorraine's eyes across the circle. violated. Like my identity, my hard work was just a tool for someone else's gain. Legally, it's theft.
Mom.
Colorado law sees it as a Class 4 felony if intent to defraud is proven. Lorraine shifted, her hands twisting a tissue. I didn't think. I was desperate. After your dad's layoff, the bills piled up. Cody's idea seemed like a lifeline. Without asking, my tone firm, not accusatory. Depth in motives mattered. Harlan cleared his throat. His calloused hands folded. I should have stopped it. Sat silent too long. Like always. Cody nodded. Eyes down. I pushed her. Thought it was easy money. Didn't see the crime in it.
Dr.
Ellis leaned in. Under U.S. federal law, using another's SSN for credit without consent violates the Identity Theft and Assumption Deterrence Act. Penalties can include fines and imprisonment. But here, we're aiming for understanding over prosecution. The session peeled layers. Lorraine admitted her control stemmed from her own upbringing, strict parents in a small Wyoming town, where women managed families through manipulation. I feared losing you all to failure. By end, agreements formed, no contact without invitation. Reparations, Cody volunteered to post retractions on those review sites. Explaining the family dispute, Lorraine agreed to therapy solo, unpacking her fears. Outside, under the bright Colorado sky, Harlan hugged me awkwardly. Proud of you,
Kid.
Standing up taught us all. Progress, not perfection. Business-wise, the grant opened doors. I pitched at a Boulder conference. My story woven into the talk. Betrayal built my resilience. In design, as in life, foundations matter. Applause led to leads, a hotel chain wanting Rocky-inspired lobbies. One evening, Mia knocked with takeout burritos. Celebrating your wins. Neighbors got us stick together. We ate on the balcony. City hum below. Thanks for the footage back then.
Anytime.
You showed guts. Cody's change manifested in actions. He messaged, enrolled in ethics class. Eye-opener. We met for hikes. Conversations turning from grudges to goals. Wanna collaborate? Your designs for my app interfaces? Legit this time? Promise. Lorraine's olive branch came via mail, a handwritten letter. I see now how my help harmed. Forgive an old fool. We lunched at Union Station. Tentative, but real. I'm learning boundaries. Summer rolled in with festivals, Cherry Creek Arts. Taste of Colorado. Family joined one. No drama. Laughter over street tacos. Harlan grilling Cody on his classes. Legal loose ends tied. Attorney filed affidavits with credit bureaus. Clearing the inquiry. No charges pressed, mediation sufficed, with a no-contact order as backup if needed. My condo evolved. Art from local makers on walls. A home office humming with projects. Skyline views inspired, reminding me, I built this. Lesson crystallized, humanity and justice means space for redemption. Revenge burns, understanding rebuilds. Fall painted the Rockies in fiery hues, mirroring the warmth creeping back into family ties. Thanksgiving loomed, and for the first time, I hosted in my condo. On my terms.
No embusches.
Just an invite with clear rules. Respect the space. Or leave. They arrived punctual, Harlan with a pie from his favorite bakery. Lorraine with flowers. Cody with craft beer. The air held cautious optimism, like the first thaw after a harsh winter. Dinner smells amazing, Cody said, eyeing the turkey. Your design touch everywhere, even the table setup. Part of the job. I smiled.
Genuine.
Over mashed potatoes and gravy. Talks flowed. Harlan shared rig stories from his comeback job. Lorraine discussed therapy breakthroughs. Learning to ask, not demand. Cody raised a glass. To Riley for showing us better. Clinks echoed. No full erase of scars, but healing visible. Post-dinner. By the fire pit on the balcony, stars crisp overhead. Harlan pulled me aside. That mediation saved us. Lesson. Listen early. Avoid the mess. I nodded. Boundaries aren't rejection, they're care. Business thrived. A feature in Denver Life magazine. From betrayal to boom, Riley Thompson's design renaissance. Clients flooded, one's valuing story as much as skill. One crisp morning, Lorraine called. Proud article.
Can I visit?
Just talk. We walked Washington Park again. Leaves crunching. I regret the pain, she said. Feared poverty. Lashed out. Understood. Forward now. Cody's startup launch legit. Bootstrapped with gigs.
My input on branding helped.
Thanks.
Cease.
Winter brought snow. Blanketing Denver in quiet. Family ski trip, first in years. Laughter on slopes.
No undercurrents.
Legal reflection. Skipping full prosecution was right. Colorado's restorative programs worked, focusing on repair over punishment. Lesson light. Family fractures mend with effort, just as humane when it teaches growth. My story? Not revenge saga, but redemption arc. From door barricades to open arms, guarded, but open. The West spirit, vast forgiveness. If earned. In the end, I stood taller. Home secure. Bonds reforged. Humanity prevailed.